Virpi Oinonen, or Virpi, as my English friends like to call me. I do two different things. I work with like enterprise social networks and social collaboration tools, and basically trying to help organizations to introduce these tools in a smart way, rather than the kind of broad, kind of, hey, let's use this tool and no thinking involved, and rather kind of link it with business goals. So that's my thing, and community management, teaching people about the kind of basic community management techniques. And the other thing I do, I draw cartoons. I did a workshop and a presentation. So the workshop was more about the community management aspects of, so when you've decided to introduce an enterprise social network like Yammer, what you can do to make people actually use it, because that is a big problem. Initially they might be interested in it, but then the kind of interest wanes. So what techniques you can use to do that. And then the other talk I did was how to sell ESMs to senior management. And then it goes back to kind of, the business problems, the actual issues people are having in getting their work done. And from taking that angle when selling, rather than going like, it will be amazing, it will help you do all these wonderful things, and it's not believable, even if it would be true. 3 years time, I'm not quite sure, but in a kind of longer run, I think it will just be, rather than have this kind of very document-centric way of looking at things, where you have, clear boundary and you upload something, and it would be more about people would contribute content constantly, and the system will to some extent be able to pull out the relevant stuff, and sometimes there's human curation involved. But I think it will be more natural. The Intranet becomes more like a natural platform where it just sucks in information and your writings and photos and whatever you do, and make something out of that. I think that's where things are happening. Maybe not in 3 years time though, but I think for me the most interesting session might have been what's his name, Philip something from Port of Antwerp, where he was explaining how they use Confluence as the whole work process happens in Confluence. So you don't have email separate, you don't have documents separate, it's just everything. And I forgot the name for it's sort of like a case that everything kind of builds around, and it's just like, I thought, this is the future. I think this is where things are heading, and that was, for me, that was the most interesting presentation so far.